1.
Welcome to another installment of Fragments of Silicon Views. Right, so how to put this delicately? The following game. Okay, the following game that we are going to cover here isn't very good.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, super not good. Early contender for worst game of the year, not good. Now, I guess I could sugarcoat it and all that stuff, but we're not that kind of show.
Yeah.
If I learned anything from Jay Sherman, it stinks.
Yeah, NeverEnd, it's a roguelike. It reminded me initially aesthetically, and I apologize for my voice. I'm sick. It reminded me aesthetically of The Binding of Isaac, but it's like The Binding of Isaac if you don't have... I don't know, maybe there is a lot of stuff to unlock to improve things later, but it's Binding of Isaac like if you start out with a really short, dinky sword that you can't swing very fast, and almost every room requires you to kill everything in it to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so NeverEnd here comes to us from developer Duck and publisher Sometimes You. I believe this is Duck's freshman effort. Yeah, and yeah, it shows. You know, it's like, so at best, NeverEnd is very, very rote. Like, it's the most generic roguelike with the most typical roguelike tropes you could think of. At worst, it's
Adam?
by design, by the way.
Adam, you cut out there for a second.
the-
You might want to start the sentence over.
Oh, how about now?
You're back now.
Yeah.
Okay, that was odd. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, so a big part of the design of this game seems to be clunkiness. For those of you who are watching the video version of the show, you'll be able to see this quite clearly with Petty Fan playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything's pretty much Minecraft resolution in terms of character models.
Yeah, only without the charm. Like, honestly, the game looks very drab and bland. And like, outside of, say, like the spiders, which, are blue for some reason, but most of the monsters are pretty, unmemorable. Like, hell, the Zomborgs look pretty close to Minecraft.
Also, the water is instant kill. I didn't realize that. I thought it was like a healing pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, there might be a thing about... There might be an upgrade for that later, but you start with 3 hearts, and most things take away a whole heart, and you swing your sword really slowly, so I never got that far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, you're gonna die a lot in NeverEnd, which I guess is to be expected since, it is roguish in its design, but you're not gonna feel that that's due to any sort of actual challenge. It's more down to the clunky physics and the just terrible range. I'm like,
well, it's like the range can be forgiven for starting, but having such a slow swing speed is... No, it takes you almost a second and a half to reset to swing again. and that's absurd for this type of game.
Yeah.
Especially with things like the missile rabbits that are probably actually wolves that like charge you, and then you have to like, because they're way faster than you have to get around behind them and whack them a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
See, and I know the clunkiness is part of the design because I got the bow and arrow once, and what you do is you do fire a bow and arrow, but you can only like fire the one arrow in a room, and then you have to go pick up the arrow.
Oh God,
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm like,
that's a
is
cardinal sin right there.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, the obtuse design is intentional. Like, and oddly enough, you know, even though the game purports to never end in its title, there is an ending. Like, the story is you are trying to escape from the dungeon, and you go on quests, and then you go fight bosses, and then you fight the final boss, and you escape. Now, that it's not a deep plot. And full admission here, I did not play this game for very long.
Yeah, me neither. I kind of
There.
realized I was not making any progress.
Yeah, and that's mainly because, well, the game is pretty awful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like not just the design, but and the graphics, the sound it's the same audio sample looped ad infinitum. The game, like the start, like even though the start of the game is supposed to be random, you're gonna be encountering the same kinds of rooms over and over again, which is land rooms filled with enemies.
Mhm.
You're going to be fighting a lot of spiders. You're going to be fighting a lot of zomborgs. You're going to be fighting a lot of wolves. And you're probably going to die to them quite a bit until you find like a shop.
Which I never found.
Well, how a shop works is, you start out with 2 levels of credit. Like you've got what looks like an experience bar in the game, but that's not accurate. It's actually a money bar. Each C is a credit, which you use to buy weapons, mounts. You can actually buy a mount here. I never got that high. No.
Huh. Oh, you do have potions that can heal yourself slightly. But drinking them
Right.
is really
And you
slow.
can get more. And like your first goal is like looking for this like quest giver and going out and killing a whole bunch of a random number of animals. Like it was like 40 or some spiders. And I'm just like, okay, that's it. I'm done. It's like, oh boy, I can do more of the thing that I've already been doing.
I've already killed 40 spiders to get here, asshole.
Yeah, to sum up my experience, I started out I tried to go in a line in each direction from the starting room, and I didn't get very far there, so I tried to explore in a spiral to see if I could maybe find a room with healing or a room with a shop or something, and I never survived to get far enough to find one.
Well, another problem is
Adam, you cut out again.
Yeah.
how about now?
Now you're good.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, as I was saying, another problem is each room closes off in all directions until you kill everyone.
Mm.
No
And there
exception.
generally aren't rooms, or at least it doesn't seem like many rooms, where there are only 1 or 2 doors.
No, I like that might be the never end part. Like you'll never find, the walls of the place. There's always going to be like 4 cardinal directions.
Mm.
Now, like honestly, there's just not a lot to say about this game.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all.
It comes down. I guess if you like intentional hobbled
Yeah,
challenge,
if you want a game that you feel like you literally have to fight against the game.
Yeah, this would be something you feel like of a bad games Let's Play channel.
yeah,
Honestly. Like, outside of that, if you're actually looking to play it for real, don't. There are much better roguelikes on Steam. Like Dungeons
yeah,
of Dreadmore.
yeah. Here, okay. Before you go into that, I suppose the saving grace of this game is its price. Currently, it's going for $1.99.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
if you buy it, you're love or hate, you're only out $2,
Right.
and that's not an uncommon price for roguelikes. But I'll say right now that at that price, there are better roguelikes.
Oh, I
One
actually think
that
I found a shop.
didn't like no roguelike I enjoyed a lot, but didn't get a lot of play because is a game called Pixel Ever Expanding Dungeon, and it's $1, and it's like 10,000 times better than this.
Mm-hmm.
Even joking.
Just no, not Pixel Dungeon, right?
I really should get. No, it's called Little Boy, and the
Okay.
Ever Expanding Kingdom. Like, it's actually got graphics and color and good play control, and is $1 cheaper than this game. Now, I'd be tempted to review it. There was any review slots, maybe at the end of the month, maybe later, but I do would make it for a good, and it's like 2 years old. But I'm like, trust me, this is a better game than NeverEnd. I keep wanting to say Ed, but that's another shitty game.
I think that's actually what I said before we started, but yeah. Fucker.
Yeah, you have to catch yourself. I'm like, no. It's like, no, it's for N, not Ed. No. And yeah, it falls into the roguelike category because it's like Rogue, but it's all in real, like you can see.
Yeah, I think a lot of the better roguelikes these days have progression mechanisms built in, like where even though you die and lose all of your progress, you've unlocked new things you'll be able to get in the next playthrough more easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know if this has that.
It mentioned something about like some sort of hats at the beginning. Oh, I missed those. Like, I don't know if it's hats or heroes or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
Heroes.
Another thing to mention is the shield. You do have a blocking mechanism here, but it's terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't work very well. There are shields on the wall sometimes. I was hoping you'd be able to pick those up because they're better, but no, they're just decoration and cock teasing.
And also, pulling out the shield messes up your movement, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, here, are you doing, are you showing how
yeah.
Done? Take a look at that and tell me it's good. It does not. Especially, you're not the enemy. Like, not another thing. Like, the movement precise. Like sometimes I would get tilted a bit in direction. And that actually did make a difference because your weapon is in relation to these matters a lot.
Because, yeah, you have about a 90-degree swing arc.
Actually, the thing about it is your range is pretty bad. Obviously, that once again, that's a design thing. and I'm pretty sure you're gonna get. I'm pretty sure like the better weapons have better, you know, ranges. But
Yeah.
you know, as far as out, yeah, it's really easy to die. That in and of itself is a bad thing in regards to roguelikes. It's just, you know, it doesn't feel it earns it with challenge. It feels like it earns it with bad mechanics.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. I think we've through this game enough.
Mhm.
Unless anyone else has any final words. This isn't a particularly long or this isn't a particularly big game.
Yeah. Like, I could see if the developer did some tweakings, like, at the start, like, either rapid fire weapon or more range, that might make this a little tolerable. But as it is now, it's nigh unplayable.
Yeah, I tried for a while to get further than a few rooms and find something, but
Yeah, 'cause it's
I
less.
kept whiffing on wolves and then getting killed because they turned around and lunged at me before I got into a better position.
Yeah, this game is less about skill and more about getting lucky. It seems like
Pretty much.
Yeah. The
Like something-
wolves, I got down pretty cool. Like it was the zombie.
yeah, they
Yeah,
take
that
3
annoyed
hits
me
and
because-
don't get hit stunned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you
also,
get
there's,
stunned
like,
when you
you'll off-
take a swing, so
and often you will go into a room with like 4 of them.
Yeah.
No.
Get outnumbered and they kill you.
yeah.
Pretty much. Anyway,
But
so
yeah,
yeah,
just some minor tweaks to the beginning of the
George-
game might make this better.
yeah, it's like, yeah, so it's a bad game, but it's also a pretty inconsequential game. You pick it up, like you'll be out, I don't know, a cup of coffee,
Hmm.
but you know, I still wouldn't. You know, it's like I still wouldn't recommend this game because you know any amount of time spent on a bad game is time that could be spent on something better.
Indeed.
All right, so that'll do it for our first review of like next. I've still figured out how to pronounce this, but you know, it's
Vive le
French,
roi.
so
Yeah. You either know how to do
Which
a French
is
accent or you don't.
Yeah.
It's French for long
Which
live the king.
right. More on that in a bit. So until you know, a couple now, I wish you good gaming.